There's a question we all face quietly in the corners of our ambition. Am I persisting, or am I just stuck? We're told to never give up, to push through, to keep going no matter what. But what if that advice is keeping us trapped? What if the real winners aren't the ones who never quit, but the ones who know when to quit versus when to persevere? That's the paradox Seth Godin unpacks in The Dip, a little book that teaches you when to quit and when to stick. And from the very first page, I realized this wasn't just a book about persistence versus quitting. It was a decision-making framework that completely changed how I think about my career, my projects, and my energy. Because here's the truth. Godin lays out so clearly. Winners quit all the time. They just quit the right things. I picked up The Dip expecting a typical motivational manifesto, something about grit, hustle, and never backing down. What I got instead was something far more liberating. Seth Godin doesn't glorify suffering. He doesn't romanticize the grind. Instead, he does something radical. He gives you permission to quit, if you're quitting strategically. The book is short and deceptively simple, but every page felt like a mirror held up to my own choices. Godin challenges one of the most deeply ingrained cultural myths we live by. The myth that quitting equals failure. He flips it completely. Quitting, he argues, is a strategy. It's how you stop wasting time, money, and energy on dead ends, so you can focus on the opportunities where you can actually become number one. What surprised me most was how personal this felt. This isn't abstract theory. It's a lens for evaluating every commitment in your life. Every job, every project, every skill you're trying to master. Godin keeps bringing you back to one uncomfortable question. Is this a dip worth pushing through? Or am I in a dead end I need to walk away from? And once you start asking that honestly, it changes everything. At the core of the book are three situations you'll face in almost any pursuit: the dip, the cul-de-sac, and the cliff. Understanding the difference between them is the key to knowing when to quit and when to stick. The dip is that long, difficult stretch between being a beginner and being the best. It's where progress slows, frustration sets in, and most people give up. What really struck me is this: the dip exists to filter people out. Scarcity creates value. The fewer people willing to push through the dip, the more valuable it becomes to be on the other side. So the dip isn't the enemy. It's the price of mastery, but only if you're in the right dip. Then there's the cul-de-sac, the dead end. This is where effort doesn't compound. You're working hard, but you're not getting better. Not closer to mastery. Not closer to leadership. You're just stuck. And the tragedy is how many people stay here because they've been taught that quitting is weakness. They keep pouring energy into something that will never pay off, simply because they already started. The cliff is even more dangerous. This is the path that actively gets worse the longer you stay on it. Think of a job draining your health, a toxic relationship, a business model bleeding money. The cliff doesn't reward persistence, it punishes it. What I love most about Godin's approach is that he doesn't tell you to follow your passion or never give up. He gives you a framework. He asks a confronting question. Can you be the best in the world at this? And by best in the world, he doesn't mean globally famous. He means the best in your world, your niche, your market, your audience. Because average is invisible. Only the best get chosen, remembered, and rewarded. So the real question becomes, are you willing to go through the dip to get there? If yes, commit. Lean in. Push harder. But if this isn't a place where you can win, or where winning even matters to you, then quitting isn't failure. It's focus. One idea that stayed with me is Godin's insistence on deciding your quitting conditions before you begin. Quitting early, strategically, is far better than quitting late out of exhaustion or fear. Once you're emotionally and publicly invested, it becomes harder to leave, even when leaving is the smartest move. That's how people end up stuck. Not because they lack grit, but because they never chose their dip intentionally. The book also dismantled the idea that passion alone is enough. Passion without strategy leads to burnout. You need to know where to apply it. Sometimes that means walking away from a mountain you've already started climbing, because you finally realize it's not taking you where you want to go. When you apply the ideas in the dip, your life starts to feel lighter. You stop saying yes to everything. You stop guilt-tripping yourself for letting go. You stop confusing persistence with progress. Quitting becomes clarity. Quitting becomes direction. You begin asking better questions. Where am I just surviving? And where could I actually thrive? You start treating your time and energy as the finite, precious resources they are, not things to scatter across obligations that no longer serve you. Seth Godin offers something rare: clarity. He shows that the path to extraordinary isn't about doing more. It's about doing less, better. Choosing your dips wisely, enduring them with intention, and having the courage to quit everything else. In a world that glorifies busyness and shames quitting, that's a deeply empowering message. This book won't just change how you think about quitting. It will change how you think about winning. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe to Well-Read Club for more book breakdowns and mindset insights that help you think and live better.